Alright, I think this is working. And it is telling me I have audio, which is good. Better than last time when I had none. Let me see. Hey, it's all coming together. Slow and steady. Oh! Hello, Cloaker. You were fast. Oh, greetings. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? Let me put on the background music so we aren't sitting here in like complete silence. Do let me know if you can hear it. If it turns on, that is. Hey, Wolfheart, how you doing? Hope you guys are having a lovely afternoon. Oh, and Chrome crash. Of course. Isn't it always like that? Chrome waits until you're doing something fun and then immediately just crashes. Now we need to go talk to Alphinaud here in Marcol. So he is in Limsa. Yeah. He was talking about starting like a new company to sort of unite all the grand companies in a way. Which might be a good idea because it sounds like things are going to get really messy soon with the whole refugee situation. So that's something that has to get sorted. Honestly, I just wanna get to level, get to level 60 so I can be a dancer. I wanna finish this middle part. I have been stuck in the middle area between A Realm Reborn and Heavensward for what seems like forever. I am level 56. I have abilities I'm supposed to have like gotten that I can't fetch because I can't enter the Heavensward area yet. But I googled because I'm supposed to have an ability called Battle Voice. I can't get it until I get into Heavensward. But I still have so long to go. I'm gonna be a dancer before I get to Heavensward. Like if it continues like this. I have 4 levels. Oh, also decided to look adorable. Thank you, people with gigantic mounts. I'm trying to show off how cute I am. Alphinaud is making the Crystal Braves, the blue group. Oh, I did not know there was a blue group. That is kinda cool. Alphinaud! Hello! You my favorite? Ah, there you are. I'm ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with the Admiral. How am I supposed to say that? Her name is so hard. Like, I'm gonna have to figure out how to say it before I do the lore video for Limsa. I'm working on Gridania now. Like, the Seedseers are easier to pronounce, but her name is it's like a cat fell on the keyboard. Don't know how to deal with it. While Admiral and I are finalizing permissory boundaries and signing parchment, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have of course endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for the potential members, this of no matter should they already be pledged to another institution, only that they're willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. And you needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you're satisfied with your recruitment effort, meet me at the airship ticket counter that we might prepare for the next leg of the journey. Okay. So can I then be part of like that organization and also the Twin Adders? We have to go to the upper deck, right? Hi, Katla. Oh. Hi. Co-host is being cute. Can you come and say hi? No? She knows where the camera is. I'm pretty sure, like, I think that's the deal. See now. Vill du komma? Kom here. Here. See now it's like exactly what it is. So every time I try to like shimmy her onto the camera, she will sit just outside of the range and stare at me, going like, yes, I know what you're trying to do, human. I will not humor you this day. You have not given me the wet food I have requested. Therefore, you shall not get the pet's enjoy. Aw, you cutie. So I'm just getting a snarky look right now. Why are we sitting like this? You see any bleeding chairs? Yeah, what are you guys doing? You're doing like the Slavic squat. I'm always impressed that people can do that. I am front heavy, so I know. Oh, who in the bloody hells do you think you're talking to? Drellender? I'm a pirate, not some sodding knight in shining plate. If you're looking for self-righteous fop, try knocking on the dandy Carvelin's door. Alright. Sure. Well, it was worth a try. Still, I thought the Immortal Flames were blue. Are they not blue? Because you're saying like the blue group, but like, I made my Uldan character even like blue specifically because I thought they were blue. Trying to match kind of the flags. And talking about that, I have finished recording for my Gridania video, so that's on the way. A precursor to a united Eorzea's grand company. Well, I do admire the scope of your ambition. My responsibilities here at Naltic and Vimelis keep me close to the forge. I have no time to be traipsing hither and yonder across the realm. Should you require my skill as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commission. There's a dolphin. Just... It doesn't even have a bubble or anything. Well, dolphins do breathe air, so putting it in a bubble would probably kill it, but... I don't know. Feels odd to see a dolphin like not in water at all. I mean, I guess it does make sense. Where am I going? I'm going here. I need to go up. I hope somebody ends up joining us. So far we had 0 out of 2. That's not the greatest beginning. So quiet today. Anyway, how is your day going? Well, if it ain't Melicity, I do not forget a venturer brave enough to daft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember old Ryle, don't you? Formerly of Company Heroes? 3 whistled at Bronze Lake? Aye, it ain't often I drag my arse to Limsa for a drink. But I'm right glad I did. How fare you these days? You're looking to put together a new crew? Top tier work? Sounds like a right lark, it does. Alright lads, count me in. The heroes may be gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into the grave just yet. Okay, we have Ryle. Ryle is good. He's a smart cookie. So, of the 3 we've asked, we've gotten 1. That's better than 0 at least. And the other 1 are in the bar and in the Marauders Guild. Alright, wait, where am I? I've gotten lost. Oh, here. Limsa. You're such a confusing city to navigate through. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to do the map for this one. So this way and up here. through the bar. Let's just take a crystal to the Marauders Guild. That way I don't get lost on the way. Marauders Guild. There we go. Easy peasy. I do like the name Crystal Braves. Sounds pretty. And blue is a very fitting color for it. And I mean, it does fit because Heidelin is blue and we're like kinda technically like for that crystal. Master Alphinaud, new organization. Yes, I've heard the formation of this trial company was in the offing. Hi, Elskan. This with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. As a commander of the Yellow Jacket, the protection of Limsa Lominsa must needs receive my full attention. Sebastian asked, do I like Alphinaud? Oh, he's my favorite. Of all the characters, I think he's a really fun character with a neat story arc. I feel like he's grown a lot from the time we first met him. When he kind of acted like everybody was just a group of idiots. And now he's maturing in a really fun way. So I like him a lot. He's very sweet. And I actually do like his voice actor. Though I've heard that it's probably gonna change. I think it's gonna be the voice actor I'm gonna miss the most. An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity. I must say, your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens will know that there's time to act and a time to watch. And I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter category. I got whole 2 people. Oh, he's your favorite too? I understand why. He's a really fun character. I think like a lot of fun things could happen. The infamous cloaker says the immortal flame's color for the stuff seemed to go mostly like black or dark grey. Ah. Okay. So that does explain it. I thought it was like more dark blue, but it was really hard to get like information about it. Like which color they exactly had. Wait, where is Alphinaud? Is he downstairs? Oh, he's in the airship landing. How do I get there again? Wait, I need to take you up. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I always feel that when Alphinaud is the one I'm traveling with, we're doing something with, we're like really progressing the story and we're doing something really interesting. He's always fun. Melicity, your recruiting went well, I trust. I'm curious as how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folk of Limsa Lominsa. A member of the legendary company of heroes indicated his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. Few could boast the acquaintance of such elusive character. I too was successful in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit with the Elder Seats here proceeds as smoothly. Pray continue to Gridani at your own pace. I shall await your arrival at Nopical Altar. Well, my hearthstone is in Gridani, so that's good. I mean, it seems pretty good. But I think this concept of his is interesting, and he always seems to have like a really, like you can tell he's thinking and he's trying to figure out how to make all of this business work. And I liked it that when we talked in the last live stream, he was actually talking about how his views had changed, and it was just a really human moment of talking about like how he judged people when he came here, thinking they were kind of rough and tumble. And hello, gold seller. Let's just report you. Is my new hobby. Reporting gold sellers in Gridania. I'm pretty sure I've seen this advertisement like 3 times a day on 3 different characters. And I've reported all of them, so hopefully that does something. But yeah, basically I liked how he talked about that when he first came to Eorzea, he kind of saw the people as just kind of messy, not very bright, and everything was just like, it was never going to work out because the people were always fighting, and then they had the primals and all that. And then he kind of learned that Eorzeans might be a little bit messy, but they're also like super persistent. Like they aren't beaten down so easily, and he's seen why his grandfather really wanted to protect this realm, and now he wants to do it too. And I think it's just super sweet. Why did I like run this way? Why didn't I take a crystal? Some days it's just, I like it. I like him. Hey Alfie. My audience with the Elder Seeds here is due to commence momentarily. I would be grateful if you would once more see to the task of recruitment here in Gridania. After you deem the well and potentially candidates has run dry, let us rendezvous at the airship ticket counter as before. Alright. Where... Okay, so there's one here, so it's best to go here, up here, into the Lancing Guild. Okay. Should be easy enough. I wonder who we're gonna meet up with here. There were actually some like interesting and strong people here. I have finished the Archer quest line. Like, they were both pretty, both the cat girl and the super racist elf. They would both actually be really good candidates. Hey, there's a friend. Somebody on the friend list. I love it when I find people on my friend list. I like it that their names are orange. Oh, let's use... I'm too short to get over the gate. Hello. Oh gosh, can it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Could it be that you don't remember me? It is I, Laurentius, the man whose crime you exposed. I was a whaler and a regular patron at Buscarons. Yeah. Well, of course you do. I was beginning to wonder if the jail had changed me more than I realized. This was the guy who was like giving information, I think, away. Not that I have any particular wish to be recognized after my shameful conduct. The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventurer? What business brings you to this part of Gridania? Recruiting, eh? And what is your policy on reformed convicts? As a matter of stand, the Wood Whalers will have not more to do with me. Well, understandably, you were feeding the enemy information about where they were and what they were doing. This may be just the second chance I was looking for. Revenant toll, you say? I shall leave at once. You shall not regret this, I promise. I'm a changed man. We'll see. I hope so. I don't quite remember the quest line. Like, he had some reason to be doing it. That wasn't like, he wasn't purely evil, but he was still doing like shitty stuff. So, not good stuff. Obviously. I swear, some days my brain just does not compute or say anything of use. I went past. Cloaker says, I think I made a mistake by looking up armor for later in the game, and now I'm stuck in the loop of finding a cool armor I really want to get for glamour later. Yeah, it's so dangerous. You end up looking at like cool sass, and then you realize like, oh, I've been sitting here for like 40 minutes planning what I'm gonna wear when I'm like in 20 or 30 levels. Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest ere your tormented back give up of you for good. I'm terribly sorry. We were just... Oh, Malicity, isn't it? It's been some time since your path crossed outside of Copperbell Mine. Why, you were barely more than Noah's adventurer then. But look how far you've come. Mother Mayan tells it was you who felled the fearsome black wolf. And now you seek stout-hearted soul to fill the rank of a new order? Well, your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here would be much relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventuring career working towards. I shall join your company just as soon as I've seen Isildur safe home. Wycombe says the true ending of every great MMO is fashion. And Clover only has 14 levels from max level. Left till max level. Okay, that's good. I think, yeah, fashion is the ending of any MMO. Glamour, transmog. Except Final Fantasy takes it one step further and they go fashion and housing. Like home decorating and fashion. You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions. I am both puzzled and honoured by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young mistress, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me, and bear responsibility for the evil my lady has wrought upon this land. Oh, come on. Fine. Not gonna force you to come, but like I don't see the point of sitting there. Just because you're like the lady you used to serve is more than a little bit crazy. I already killed her, so ah well. It's up to him, I guess. I just wish people would be like more receptive of joining. There's not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited, and this company of yours certainly sounds to have some promises. But its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such time as your organization is more organized. Okay, so we got in 2 people in this city also. Is that how it's gonna be? We're gonna get like 6 people in total? Oh, you have a house by the beach, Abe? That's a mist, isn't it? Lucky bastard. I wanna get a house there. It's just so nice. Although it's like super nice that you actually have a house to begin with. But a house in mist, I think that's the dream. I've gone to the 3 housing districts. Mist... something and something. I don't really remember what they're called. I just remember Mist because I think Mist was the one with the beach and I really liked it. I thought it was super pretty. Well, the one here in Gridania was also quite pretty. I know the company I'm in are waiting to like buy. You moved out of Shirogane. Oh yeah, isn't it? I've been reading a little bit up on the housing thing. So if you manage to get a house, it's going to be much easier to move houses than it is to get the first house. Like, that's the hardest part. What's new, Melicity? For my part, the elder siege here was most amenable to our requirements. A former wood whaler and a seasoned adventurer, our company will not lack for variety. That much is certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike into Ulda while the iron is hot? Let us meet at the Royal Promenade and endeavour to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. Mist, goblet and lavender beds. Ah, yeah. Okay, wait. I need to buy a ticket. Take me to Ulda, please. Thank you. Yeah, I've gone through all of them. Lavender beds was kind of pretty too. I think that has kind of an East Asian vibe over it. Shuriken is the Stormblood housing district. Oh, so there is another housing district I haven't seen. And there's one coming with, not Shadowbringers, the Endwalkers. I think the next expansion pack is, isn't it? Endwalkers? Because I've heard, so basically what the people in my grand company have explained is they're waiting for the new expansion to come out, because then the new housing district in the new expansion is gonna open. And that means a lot of people are gonna move there, opening up houses in the older districts. So we can try to like snap up a house there. It's definitely something I'm gonna want to get into at some point. But apparently you need a lot of money and a lot of luck. I think the smallest houses are like several millions, right? And then you need to be the one to actually like gets it. So that's kind of a complication. Did I go to the right floor? No, I didn't. Can you take me to the hustling strip, please? Firmament in Isgard. It was built by crafters gatherers. Ooh. Yeah, so there seems to be like a lot of housing districts. 3.5 mil. So how about somebody supplies me with like 5 mil and I will buy a house. I'm gonna, like, it's gonna be really fun saving up for it. I'm gonna work on it, and eventually I'm gonna like be one of those people just sitting there, camping by a sign, trying to buy just my first house, and it's just gonna be a small house, and it's gonna be so amazing. Small and pretty. Hey, Alfie! Ulta, the gilded city where one fortunes define one's worth. I hope the manners of fortune is with us, and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous two. Well, we are dealing with a syndicate here. Might I suggest us ascending to the lower level before beginning our recruitment effort? I do not think the Sultana will take kindly to us poaching from her personal guard. Let us meet back here at the promenade when our respective tasks are complete. Good hunting. Sure. Shoop. Down we go. I love it that I can just throw myself off things. Alright, so we might want to go here, 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 here. Let's start here instead. You can make money easily. Do challenge log weekly. It pays well. Challenge logs? Oh! I didn't know this was a thing. Oh. You aren't getting a crazy amount of money, but you're getting a lot of XP. And like... But it's definitely gonna, like, count up. I did not know this, actually. Oh, complete 5 unique challenges? Is this part of the challenge thing also? So does this reset every week? So if I finish, like, doing 5 different challenges, gives me 10k. How do I... Like, this is completed. Do I get this automatically? Or do I have to fetch this somewhere? This is a great way to make money. Thank you for telling me about this. I didn't know. I didn't realize, like, there was a weekly challenge log. I just knew there was like a hunting log and stuff. I thought it was just collectible. Oh, what a happy coincidence. Do you remember me? Perchance, I'm Orsend of the Church of the St. Adam's Lanta. Thank you again for your timely rescue. Oh, yeah. And I must also thank you for preventing the fraudulent priest from preying on dry bones less fortunate. A most upsetting business. Are you here with your company? Thancred, wasn't it? Ah, this new companion you seek. The new proposed organization sounds a powerful force to be good, but my place is the church with the children, nevertheless. I wish you well in this undertaking. Okay, it gets auto-added, and it resets in like 13 hours. So, Monday? The night between Monday and Tuesday is the reset time? That's pretty good. That's awesome. I didn't know about this. Thank you guys. This is gonna make it so much easier. Now I can kind of more focus on money making. Because I've been kind of trying to figure out how to make reliable money. I'm sorry, you wish to recruit me? Is there some new fashion manner of proposition, a lady? Well, I'm afraid you're wasting your time. This lady is already spoken for. Good day to you, miss. Why am I trying to recruit her? Good for MGP as well. What is MGP? Is that the... MGP. Was that the gold saucer things? Yeah, the gold saucer reward. Reset is Tuesday morning. Okay. That's cool. So after the stream, I'm definitely gonna go and rack up some cash. That is awesome. Okay, so it's like 9 a.m. Oh, so it's not like... Yeah, it's early in the morning. Hey, you dude. Landebert. Have you come to tell me the news, soldier? Well, I've already heard it. Seems the would-be savior of Ulda's refugees went and got himself killed. And not by your hand. He was just as much a pawn as the helpless cast-off he sought to deceive. That's not why you're here? You'll be surprised that rumor drifts down to Pearl Lane. I know of this glorious new company of yours, and just how far I would go to avoid getting involved with it. Oh no! Whispers on the street say your organization is funded by corrupted coin, by syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting just for just cause, then you're a bigger fool than I took you for. Typical Montres Lala. There is a reason I played a Vulpera before. Like, money. It's just cute the goblins. I like being rich in games if I can. A company that looks to cure the ills of the realm entire? Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the complaints of a next all over, let alone the conundrum of a neighboring nation. I'm having a really bad feeling about Ulda. We haven't recruited anyone. Not a single person. And I'm really worried that the syndicate is also gonna be a problem. Is it gonna end up being like, you have Gridania and Limsa and then Ulda is just gonna be a massive pain in the ass and demand like money or something? I'll pay them. I have like 380,000 gil right now. I will pay them if they need it. Wait, are you the lady who came to Little Almico looking for the masked devil? Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't? I would probably be dead, and a whole lot more of my friends beside. We were such fools. Any road, that disaster really got me thinking about our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realized how easily I've been manipulated and vowed to make of myself a more worldly man. So here I am. A new company of champions, and you say it will take me to all corners of the realm? That sounds exactly like the kind of opportunity I need. And don't worry, I'm not the same stripling you met in Little Almico. I've prepared myself to fight the evil I know is out there. Oh, little Red, I'm so proud of you. Aura still the best race? No. Well, Aura are really pretty. I'm using Auras for my 3 like beginning lore videos. But look at this. This is perfection. It's adorable. Lala's always gonna be best. I've spoken and I know best, I'm sure of it. My ego is like way too big right now. Okay, up we go to the Chamber of Rule and go tell Alfie that I've recruited one person. And they're not from Ulda. They're actually a refugee. So, Alfie, hello. How very, Malicity. What hidden gems did the street of Ulda offer up to our unrelenting gaze? A single Almican youth? Well, you've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talk of Eorzea's salvation must seem aching to grasping at clouds. In these troubled years following... But there are those who have risen to the challenge, nonetheless, and the hope that inspired these people was born in no small part to victories you yourself have won. Thank you, Malicity. I will not squander the precious gift you've placed into my keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of a new beginning. And yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana also graced my trial company with their blessing. Good job. I'm proud of you. Alfie doing the good work here. At first wave of recruitment is over, the documents signed and the finances secure. There is naught to prevent me from taking the next step. You are concerned by the syndicate's involvement? As was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of their contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I could prefer not to rely upon outside sources at all, but even my family's substantial coffer could not sustain a venture of this magnitude. And as for the rumors and no doubt surrounding this enterprise, well, such things shall plague us until the company has had a chance to prove its worth. It will not be an easy process, but we will earn people's trust one success at a time. Good thinking. Oh, Vicom says, I don't know, my kitty girl is pretty dang cute. The kitties are also cute, like the races are they're all cute. I'm just cuter. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stone and lay the first stone for our united Eorzea. Yes! Let's do that. Let's get this company up and running. So we can... Oh, you're just taking me. Thank you. Wait, where are we flying to? We don't have an airship landing in Mordona.
Tell me, General, what think you of Alphinaud's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ulda is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
Yes, there is that, I suppose.
I still understand her worry. This is very risky thing they're doing.
Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'Dan law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing?
Oh,
Then what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
oh, don't cry.
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
Poor thing. She's in such a difficult position. Oh wait, we did not leave by. She's one of the 5 good Lalavel. Well, who are the other 3? Because I'm obviously one of them. Oh, poor thing. It just feels so unfair. She's trying. She's actually a very, from what I've seen, she's actually a very good leader. She's just in a very shitty political system. She can't do very much. I like Rauban though. I thought I wouldn't like him at first, not because the first time I actually saw him was in the cinematic of the Battle of Cardano, and he had just the worst voice lines in the world. So it was just super cringy and I really didn't like it, but he actually seems quite nice. Hey brother bear, how you doing? It is such... Oh, I make it 6? Alright. I won't ask you to spoil. I really do appreciate that you don't spoil. Robin and Animo is such a good duo. Yeah, they are. And they're so close. Oh, the science secretary? I forgot her name. You mean Tataru? I know it's not how you pronounce it, but I will forever pronounce it as Tataru. Because he's so cute. It is Tataru. Now, I think I've spoken to you all in these places, right? Yeah, I think so. So you guys have not moved since last. Let's get in there. Let's get this party thing started. That company thing started. I mean, it does fit that they're gonna be blue because Alphinaud is kind of blue. Yeah, Tataru is the true gem of the science. He is the best. It's not a journey I soon wish to repeat, but I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of all our effort is at hand. I must see the preparation for the inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services, Malicity. I am certain the Antisend will be relieved to see you free for other duties. I guess. Minfilia, help. Help me get into the next expansion, please. Greeting, Malicity. Alphinaud tells me that all is in place to begin his trial. Company, the Science shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such organization. The inaugural ceremony is set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Tataru is cooperating with Alphinaud to see that all is in readiness, so I'm afraid the recruitment themselves have been left on their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived at Revenant Toll of late, and I wonder if Slavborn might not find himself overwhelmed. Would you speak with him and see if there's aught he requires? I'm gonna let the guild know I'm streaming. I keep on forgetting I'm supposed to put it in the Discord. Yeah, I agree. Tataru is the heart. Every organization needs a person who is the heart. He's so nice. Oh, Amy says, hello, stream. Everyone is in the same place. Shall we say hi to Tataru? She was working a lot last time. No, she's still busy. It's okay, precious bean. Don't you worry. Let's go and check up on the recruits and other people around Revenant Hall. See that everything is as it should be. And yeah, I do worry a little bit about the Sultana. She is like that whole plot that's going on with the monetarist right now is just shady. Like 35 quests left until Heavensward? That's not so much. We are slowly getting close. Slavborn. Hello. I mean, I have done the Crystal Tower and everything, so yeah, it's mostly some quest lines, I think. What can I do for you, Malicity? I thought you'd have your hands full helping out with the new arms of the Scions. I barely noticed your recruit arrive. It was barely a trickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters we have passed through here every day. While I appreciate your offer of aid, it's more your burden that concerns me. I'm told the trial company will answer directly to the Antisend, so I trust that means less work for you in the long run. Slavborn the shipment. We shouldn't. Oh. God's woman, what befell? Oh, Brother Bear, I'm just checking in and exchanging my blood with coffee before I do the last coil sync with a group of the insane people. Oh, have fun with that. Wickham likes that I'm taking the story slow and enjoying it instead of blasting through it. Yeah, it's no fun if you just like blast through it. When I'm not streaming with you guys, I've gone and like done most of the side quests, just so I am getting all of the story. I'm really enjoying this game and enjoying the lore, which is why I'm making lore videos now, because it's so fascinating. I'm on the waiting list for the books. I went to see if I could order them, and I can either buy them for like so much money on eBay, which is not happening, or I can be on the waiting list. So I am on the waiting list and waiting till Square Enix agrees to print their precious books again. We were bringing a shipment to Revenant Toll, provisions earmarked for the frontier effort. But just as we sought a crossover into Mordona, we were set upon by brigands. I believe they may have been heretics. They were many, too many, but only escaped with our lives by abandoning the supplies. Pray forgive us. There's not to forgive. Provision can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take your rest, and I'll have someone along to tend to the wounds. Yeah, good thinking. Don't, like... Life is not that valuable, is way more valuable than the provisions. What to do? If heretics are involved, then there's like to be more than a case of simple thievery. Ishgard will need to be informed. Ugh. So we're talking about like the dragon people. Whence did the supplies originate? House Fortams? We collected the provision from Camp Dragonhead proper. Understood. I shall see that they are appraised of this development. Malicity, were you not on good terms with the Knights of the House Fortams? I think so, yeah. I will be sending them a missive immediately, of course, but I would also have you travel there and offer your considerable talent. Yes, I realize I contradicted my earlier hopes to lighten your load, but I need someone who can help bring this incident to a satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relation with Ishgard are far too important to risk half measures. Brother Bear says, I'm hoping by the time he finishes he will be able to answer all our intricate lore questions. I'm hoping so too. I will work very hard on on understanding all the lore and sharing it with you and answering all your questions the best I can. Thank you for your understanding. I'm certain Lord... Oh, that name again. Horsenfant? Let's go with that. We'll be glad of our assistance. I know it's not Horsenfant. I'm just... She didn't leave our sweet roll behind, did she? She saved those, right? Right? What sweet rolls? Oh no, am I forgetting something? Also, I had some cookies. Yay! Cass gave me some cookies. Oh, now you're gonna have to explain to me. You have all the art books and both encyclopedias, so if you need help. Oh, that's so nice. I'll probably, if I end up needing something desperately from them before I can get them, I'm probably gonna end up sending you a message or something. Yeah, I think everyone needs to have an ape in their life. Ape is the best. H is silent, T is silent. I'm gonna have to... Oh, it was a joke about the girl who ran. Okay. People give Lala's cookies. Yes, and my my free company especially gives Lala's cookies. So I usually have great supply of cookies on me. We only have an Yistola figure here. Ooh. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's Yistola, not Eastola? Yistola? Okay. Let's look at his name. Okay. Orkifan. That's the name, Orkifan? Okay. I'm gonna take your word for it. Well, if it isn't my fine friend Melicity Mal, would you care to... I'm sorry. I didn't expect the person to just fall on top of him. Would you care for a plate of roast caracul, some mullet wine? Nah, I see you have no common... I see you've not come into my hall merely to escape the biting cold. I was in fact on the verge of opening an urgent missive from Revenant Toll, and I suspect the timing of your arrival is no coincidence. I craft food. Okay, Vic usually crafts food so he has times left. Brother Bear says I give out rare flowers if people guess who I am. Nice. Mother Beans is a cool name. I accidentally made 500 plus of something and my friend ate on that for 6 months. And Wolford does like the Orkinfant, guys. Wait, I didn't pick up the quest. Oh, what's this? This looks different. Ooh. But this is for like nothing I play, so that's not good. In fact, he doesn't have anything for anything I play. Oh yeah, brother, your character is Poison Ivy. Yeah, it's Miss Pamela. So are you gonna get like proper green glamour and everything and become a Reaper?
The incident with the New Frontier hands? No, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest.
I didn't expect voice acting.
Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Kurthus soil.
Good.
Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Fortom does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts.
Excuse me, what did you call the house? It's not Forton? I hate the names in this game. I think like it's gonna end up being a joke, like a joke on my channel that people are just gonna make fun of the way I horribly mispronounce everything in this game.
'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This
so
new
these
unity
Guardians
of
are
purpose
French?
we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name.
Oh, thank you, Brother Bear. Don't worry. I think it's mostly just funny if I say it wrong. Fortan with an A as if you had something stuck in the nose. No, I can't do it.
What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait?
Sure. I'm kind of not dressed for the
Alone's
occasion.
blessings be upon you. Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise. But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
You know, I desperately need them to at some point make a joke about my character not speaking. The way she just kind of stands there and smiles at you when you're talking about some like major things. I can always stick to pronouns. Oh, they used the Final Fantasy XI naming convention. Hayur are English flavor, Lala Japanese, Ro German, LSN French, Aura a certain country in Asia, My code, I forgot. You know what Lala failed? Ah. No. Why are you doing the bed puns? Oh, the music in this place is so good. Combat Wombat. I think you've had a little bit too much coffee. Just a feeling, Brother Bear. Like, look at this. I can't wait to be able to go there. I know it's in heaven, in Heaven's World, but it just looks so pretty. What, row is supposed to be German? I don't know. If they say they are, then sure. I know somebody told me that at least one of the Aura voice actor is actually Icelandic. No, not Aura. Was it Viera? The Viera. Yeah, the Viera voice actor was Icelandic. You don't understand. We've been doing them for months. Oh, what are you doing? It's like, is it some sort of raiding or something? Like, super hardcore raiding? Because then I understand that does make you a little bit cuckoo with time. Melicity, welcome, welcome. You'll be pleased to know that the repairs to Stoneville will proceed apace. We shall rebuild us sure and strong that the Dravian might batter themselves senseless against our shield in the west. I would venture, however, the matter of masonry are not what brought you to Whitebrim. On the trail of band of thieving heretics, you say? By the fury, but you do seem destined to cross paths with these villains. I must confess, 'tis a sad truth that the wild hereabout have indeed grown thick with their numbers. They strike swiftly, without warning, and are canny enough to await our most able trackers. But it's not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves seem somewhat changed. I know not what manner of influence this Iceheart wields, but the men's face seem utterly lost in grip of righteous fervor. Fervor? This is an unsettling and unnatural seal. Mayhaps you would care to question one of the recent victims? As fate would have it, if your arrival came moments after a traitor was waylaid on the road. A patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying seamless in the snow and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he has regained the use of his faculties, the merchant might recall some small details that could aid you in your task. Well, let's hope so. Oh, by the way, I'm currently only using my Cockapoo just because I really like that mount. Because I can dress it up and such. But I did get a new mount, which I think is hilarious. Because I have a pony. I have a pony unicorn. We're talking about like a full-on My Little Pony. Like, look at this little tiny thing. It looks so silly. It's so small. Thank you, Brother Bear. I hope you have a great time with what you're doing, and that it goes really well. Well, off to the infirmary. I guess upstairs? Yes. Hello, mistreated merchant. Yeah, I've got my conjurer to top level, so now I have a newly made white mage, because I wanted to learn to heal for fun. Tell you what happened. Why, yes, of course, I'm quite recovered enough for that. Anything to help catch those coward blackheads. I was traveling my usual route to Whitebrim Front when a sudden blow sent me reeling. The next thing I knew, I was on the ground, and several heretics were rifling through my cargo. Arms, armor, crystal, they were taking everything. He was traveling with crystals, that's not good. It was then that one of them noticed my bleary gaze and stalked over to better acquaint my head with his maze. Before darkness claimed me, however, I distinctly heard the word, "Return to Snowcloak." I dare say that's where they were hauling my goods, but you'll not catch me rushing off in pursuit. They tell me it was a miracle I survived at all, and I'll not trust this thick skull to save me a second time. The quest was made so that people who played the healer from level 1 could get a little special reward. That's really cute. I've actually had a lot of fun, like, playing Conjurer, and now starting a White Mage. Healing in a nutshell. Most of the time pop regen on people and then DPS. Unless Scholar. Yeah, I've been managing okay to, like, mix in DPS and healing. I never dared to go healing in WoW because people tended to be kind of mean if you failed it. So I'm learning to heal completely from the beginning. Is White Mage still OP? I don't know, but I know White Mage was recommended for those who are healing for the first time. It is a good spec to kind of learn the ropes as a healer. And then when you feel maybe a little bit more confident, you can go into something like Arcanist or something I was called. Not Arcanist. Archaeologist? The guys with all the flying cards. Hello. Gah, draw your weapon, foul. Wait, I recognize your adventurer. You are come seeking heretics. Then we share a common purpose. We're on patrol when we chanced across one of the raiding parties and pursued them here. By right, we should have them cornered in the ravine, and yet they are gone, vanished like icy wraith. Yeah, I heard Scholar is more of like shielder. Yeah, astrologian. Astrologian. Hello. But yeah, I've heard White Mage is very nice for heal learning, great mana abilities and holy. Yeah, it's really nice that I have an ability to like re-get my mana if I start messing up too much. So it feels nicely balanced. And everyone has been like super nice in dungeons, even when I'm like a little bit finicky or if somebody has died because I've like made a mistake. Nobody has ever been mean. Everyone is just like, hey, it's okay, just, you know, rest or something. It's no issue. And I've seen the same thing as a DPS. I was in a dungeon yesterday, I think. Oh, I don't remember. Something Vale, I think. I was going there for the first time, and we had a healer, White Mage, who was just learning and was really, really struggling. So we were dying quite a bit, and everyone was just like, no, it's fine. And one of the other people, like, plays a White Mage and was just giving pointers, and we did end up finishing the dungeon, and it was like no issue. It just took a little bit longer, but the healer learned a lot from it, and I think that was really good. You glimpsed the woman atop the cliff. Could it be Iceheart herself, come to sneer at our folly? And where did she disappear? The heretics must have discovered a passage through the frozen wall, some hidden tunnel that escaped our notice. We have not the men to risk further investigation. It would be the best were we to return to White Brimfront and lay our suspicion before Lord Trillimon. Why, can't I just go? Yeah, Thickham says they changed a bunch of the classes in big update, and I was a bit bummed I couldn't keep up with my something like I used to. Scholar, like I used to. Astro is the hardest for them to balance, though. All casters have mana regeneration. That's Cloak. So Wickham says, I personally hate Astro healing, but that was before the big update, so I don't know now. And Wolfer says Astro is really fun now. But we'll get changes come Endwalker. And because, yeah, you don't want to scare away the new healers. We need those. Yeah. I know, like, the person who got me into the free company, Cassidy, they play astrologian thing. They're really good at playing that. Like, they're a really nice healer. Actually, a lot of my free company are people who like healing, so we tend to always have a healer on hand. And yeah, healers are definitely on demand. It's been good when I'm leveling a healer to just, like, I can get into queues immediately. It's fun. I don't think I would be able to heal on stream though, because I need to focus more, and my head tends to be all over the place. Malicity, it appears I owe you my thanks once again. The surviving knights spared no detail in the report. The men you found out near Snowcloak were some of my finest. That they should be bested so handily. I fear I have woefully underestimated the threat these heretics pose. While I understand you might balk at the notion, I must ask that you put aside your mission and consider the stolen provision lost to us for now. It would be ill-advised to blunder unprepared into what may well be the lair of our enemy. Pray return to Dragonhead and inform Lord Orkenfan of our discoveries. He will wish to plan contingencies of his own. As for Isart and her fanatics, the freezing height of Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice for long. Let me see. Oh, Vikem says, I'm a fan of scythe weapons, so the next update is looking great for me. Oh yeah, the new Reaper class. And Wolfatas, I don't know if you've seen it, but Joe got made a crack guide on healing recently. And it's actually pretty good and funny. Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out. And Astro drops their own DPS compared to the other healers to boost other people's DPS. Ah, I think that's similar to the Dancer. I've heard that Dancer are actually relatively low DPS compared to other spec, but they boost others, like Dent Partner and such. I've been trying to read a little bit up on it, so I'm prepared for when I can actually open the Dancer, but it's still gonna be a while. A decent healer can do what, 3 mob groups? It's been a while since I've played. I don't know. Where is she? My dude, have you vanished into your chair? Hello. Please don't phase out of existence.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody.
You okay, buddy?
But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart? Indeed, and this transpired at Snowcloak? Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order. Putting such considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion. Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action. Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche. On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
He's nice. A little bit creepy, but nice. So, where am I supposed to go now? Oh, back to Reverend Toll. Let me see. Yeah, it does happen from, I guess, time to time that you can get a jerk tank, but so far everyone I've had has been really nice. I've had one DPS that was having issues with his auto attacks, so he would panic and just run away with the mobs while I was trying to chase him down to keep him alive. But generally, when tanks have asked me like how much they I think I can handle, I just tell them like just do the normal thing, and if it's too much, then well, we die and we know to lower it. And it hasn't been much of an issue. I've gotten some compliments. Everyone's been super nice about the healing. I've been getting like player commendations and everything. This is nice. Oh, he hasn't loaded in yet. Oh, the loading in takes a bit. I know something castle can go way wrong if they rush the first few groups. Ooh. Melicity, it's good to see you return to the Toll. How fare you in the frozen waste of Coertha? How's Fortemps is to send as a second shipment. I must send thanks to the Lord Orkinfant for this continued generosity. Yet even as our town grows in prosperity, I fear it will attract even greater numbers of those who would do us harm in the name of greed or power. All of us, Alphinaud new recruit included, must remain vigilant against this threat. Yeah, I agree. Well, no thanks, I can't use any of this. But, wait, this is... All of these are useless. Oh, that's kind of pretty. But useless, so I'm taking the money. Your loading takes time because there's so many players now. It's not so bad though. You should try loading into Dalaran. New Dalaran. Even now when there's not that many players, because that zone has just always been buggy. You load in and your character vanishes. Or some other like glorious bugs. Okay, Slapperton's news on the progress of the inaugural ceremony. Oh. This is something new. I can wear this. This looks not as pretty. Oh, look at this. That's pretty. Sorry, I'm looking at clothes because oh, you self-censor the castle to keep the spoil down. Oh. That's pretty good. I think Wolfa may have said it earlier based on he saying sorry then. So I'm just not gonna look higher in the chat and then it's gonna be fine. This thing, this is the Blue Maze. Can I get these things anywhere else? Like ever? If I don't take them now, because this one's really pretty, and this one is really pretty too. If I don't take them from this quest, can I like buy them somewhere? Oh, thank you, Vikram. It's actually really nice that you're being overly cautious. Everyone like in the chat has been really good with that. Try not to spoil anything, and I really appreciate it. Did you ever pick up Ironworks gear for level 50? Don't know. I don't think so. Oh, from the ladies install, maybe. Okay, at least the golden crown can be bought. And I'll maybe take the top hat. While you were away in Coertha, preparation for the inaugural ceremony was all but completed. Although Tataru does yet seem somewhat flustered. I've taken enough of your time. Why don't you go head into the Rising Stone and see if your frantic receptionist could do with a hand? Okay, most armor can be found or bought later. I've bought stuff from like this lady and this lady. Like I got some swimsuit from her. Oh yeah, I've bought some tombstone gear. I've been buying some of the things. Currency is like so. Yeah, I have now like 1,000 tombstones. I went and found out how to buy it because I ended up with 2,000 and couldn't get more. So I've like looked through this. I haven't bought much of anything. I went and bought. I bought myself a dodo, and then I was buying the music, and then I'm gonna like work on buying the other things slowly, because then some of them are like really pretty. Let me see. It was. I don't know which is which, but yeah. Yes, I bought stuff. A swimsuit. Glam is the end game. Right choice there. Well, it was. Oh, I can't use the fashion plates here. I didn't have any swimsuit, and there is always a slight risk that my free company decides to have like a swimsuit thing. And I felt kind of sad that I didn't have any, so I bought myself those black swimsuit. They're not really what I want for my Lala. I kind of wanted to wear like a whole piece, preferably with like ruffles or something adorable, but it works. You just wanted to check to see if I was spending those. Yeah, thank you. Thankfully, I am. Okay, I'm gonna talk to Tataru in a minute. I'm gonna get to like run and grab a drink, so I will be right back with you guys. So give me 2 minutes. And I'm back. Alright. Oh, there's a lot of chat. Let me check out the chat. So, when he hits 60, you will be able to get another set with those two. Okay. Did we miss the summer event? They usually have a swimsuit for free in that. The summer event is in August. Oh. But next Monday is the start of Make It Rain? I don't know, are these... Like, is there a calendar or something in this game where I can see when festivals and stuff are? I was hoping it would be during that so I wouldn't have to sub for a swimsuit. So I'm gonna be able to get a swimsuit. That's exciting. And I'm actually really excited for these festivals. Can I take part in the festivals even though I'm not top level? That's something I'm kind of curious about. Because I really want to be able to take part in these limited things. Oh, I'm trying to get comfy. Let's see. These parchments need to be sorted, and these documents, why are they even here? Oh, I'm sorely tempted to file the lot in my waste paper basket. Oh no, Tatari, you cannot do that, honey. That would be bad. Oh, Freya says, Make It Rain event is an event with way increased gold saucer reward. Oh. No in-game calendar like in WoW. We get those with the live letters. What are the live letters? Events always happen in starter areas. Oh, perfect. What are live letters? Somebody please explain that to me. Ah, Melicity, you startled me. You wish to lend me a hand. Splendid. Would you be a dear and hand these uniforms to the new recruit? They're scattered about the Revenant Hole and I haven't the time to track them all down. The recruit know to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stone. You'll want to report directly back to Alphinaud if you don't wish to miss the ceremony. I wonder if the Scion will ever have matching uniforms. A well-funded organization is a well-dressed organization, I suppose. Costatal Soul. I can get the Costatal Soul. So that's fine. It's the live stream from the devs where they inform us about upcoming stuff and do a Q&A and such. Oh, those things. I've been kinda waiting them... just because I don't wanna like accidentally get spoiled by something. But I saw they had like a 14-hour stream or something, which I think is really cool. They seem to be very involved with the community. How often are these live letters? Is it like 4 times a year or yearly or more often? They're also outside. Hello. Those who believe this company will see no riches are short-sighted fools. The giving of oneself is an investment in the future. Thus did I sign my name to the cause. These uniforms were a splendid idea. Once our organization has made a name for itself, there shall be a wealthy aplenty in selling replica costumes to the adoring masses. So that's the costume? Yeah, the Bluemates of the world unlock the cool jacket. Okay. I agree. They actually seem to listen to the community quite a bit. And to be very, like, active and having good communication. I best thought I'd mimic my fellows here, but I admit that I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. Here, have this ultramarine uniform. Oh, so they're like twice per pet cycle or something? Ooh. How long are the pet cycles? Ah, our new uniform. I am reminded of my induction into the Wood Whalers. Let me just... So... Every 2 months or so, you think, the live letter is. That's good. Elian? Is Isildur has alas retired from the adventurous life. Though I shall miss his wisdom and irrepressed spirit, I am excited to forge my own path forward. Well, have this uniform. Ah, yes, the uniform, thank you. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization is somewhat intimidating. This scarlet garb marks me as a proud member of the Maelstrom and a hearty defender of Limsa Lominsa. Yet in truth, I stand for the betterment of the realm, and through this new company, a fine opportunity to contribute on a grander scale. I'll have this new uniform. Oh, now the striking shade of blue, but alongside my Maelstrom uniform, my wardrobe will certainly not lack for colour. Let me see. So patches are normally every 4 months with a slight difference with the last patch before an expansion. More time till expansion and excluding the one patch that got delayed at the start of COVID. Man, that's so good though. That's a really good schedule. I don't believe we met. I am Ilbert, and I will have an honor of leading my fellow recruits as a captain. Much did I lose in the calamity, and I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. Have a uniform. The uniforms are a shrewd decision. There is no easier method of creating a common bond among what is essentially a band of strangers. That's true. It's so important to quickly create a feeling of unity. Hey, Ryol. Hello, the lass. Looking for me? Yeah, I was just giving a whistle, but I'm not sure I'd heard it among all the bustle. Oh, proper uniform and all. This thing's cut off the blood to my head. Not to worry though. I'm sure she'll be fine. She'll be fine after making a few adjustments. Don't mess up your uniform, buddy. Yeah, I like it that they have like semi good schedule. I mean, there's always gonna be some like a few days longer or shorter or whatever, but it's more that it's not like several months without a word or a year without much of anything. Little Alamico could learn much from Reverend Toll, that this town can be so alive in midst of such desolation. I've never worn aught quite so voluminous. Well, I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to the extra cloth in time. Alright, there's one more. Up here. Hello, FME. Melisty Mal, gosh, I did not expect to meet you strolling about town. The tales of your primal battles were what inspired me to come to Reverend Toll. Well, enjoy the uniform. It is an honor to receive this uniform from your hand. I shall wear it with pride. I am so excited to see this uniform, like, on these people. I don't know what it looks like, but I hope it looks good. Willard sounds familiar? Yeah, Willard is, we met him in Little Alamico. So he and his friends were one of those who were, like, tricked by some of the Asians. So we've met him before. At the time, he was not too fond of us. We were outsiders and meddling in his business, but now we're friends. So all is good. Everyone is still in their place. But they should probably move after this, right? Now, is this going to be voice acted? Surely it is. Yes, Melicity. Tataru mentioned you were handing out the new uniforms. I assume you've now met the rest of the recruits. Some few answers the call to arms are put forth through the established grand companies and such. We are not yet an army, but there is much a small corps of elite warrior can achieve. Did I mention I thought of a name for the company? It is my hope that it shall soon be known across the breadths of Eorzea. The moment of truth draws near, Melicity. Once the last of the recruit have gathered, I shall make the official announcement. This is exciting. I'm so proud of him. He's grown so much.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea. From this moment forth, I declare you Crystal Braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one.
It's a good color.
Whether it be the Beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come, take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all!
He's good.
For the freedom of all!
I'm so proud of him. He's done so good. Oh, Precious Bean, doing great. But I see they decided to use the same costume appearance as the other companies. Oh, and the captain is the one with the white collar, I guess. Oh!
A rousing speech, Alphinaud. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
No, Alphinaud, please. I don't want to have to pronounce that.
Please, Antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
Yes.
The Scions stand ready.
Oh. What? Ah. All the cities are the same thing, but different colors. Yeah. I quite like that. I think it helps with the unity.
I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension.
Ah, the
Truly?
Baldestrian.
Kryl is alive? Thank the 12.
Who's cried?
I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger. My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death.
That is true.
Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well? I wonder. Have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans? Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelind's silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
Yes, he just went off after the fight. I do agree. I was hoping for something a little bit more science-y. I'm taking the hat because I want to make sure I can get that hat. It looks really fun. Even though I can't use it right now, I'm gonna put it in my chest. Hello. Oh, it's him. Very good. See that the provision are prepared for transport. Let us hope that the shipment is spared the fate of the last. The winds are uncommonly fierce this day. That doesn't bode well. Bickham says clearly she's one of the 5 good Lalafels. Is it just me, or does Minfilia then mostly like get really close with the Lalafels? There's not that many Lalas usually about. But that means he has like Tataru, Papalimo, and now this kitty. Hello, the Pope? His eyebrows are like pointing up to the heavens. Oh shit. Oh. Both of you. Of course. That looks bad. That looks really bad. That looks very ominous. Like a preparation for horrible things to come. Minfilia would have you assist Alphinaud in the new station as a commander of the Crystal Braves. Yeah, I would also like to know why the Pope has turned evil. Sigh, try as I might, I cannot shake a creepiness sense of dark foreboding. Yeah, I can feel that. But it avails us not to fret about the unknown. We must concern instead on the problems of the present. The Primal have been relatively quiet of late, and the beast tribes, to some of them, are under constant surveillance by the Grand Companies. Should any suspicion active by afoot, you may be certain that we will hear of it. And until such times a permanent solution to the Primal problem has been found, we can do little but wait and observe. And for the Asians, Oriangar is wholly dedicated to finding the means by which we may defeat the Dark Being. Let us pray for good tidings on that front. But of all this you knew already. Let us speak then of the current matter, in particular the state of the Crystal Braves. Alphinaud did well to found the organization, but ensuring its smooth operation is another matter entirely. Though I doubt not that he's doing his best, I felt that helping a hand or two would not go astray. To this end I offered to send one of the Archon to assist him, but he declined. You know how he can be, independent to a fault, and singularly loath to accept help. Save, of course, when that helps come from you. Alphinaud has entrusted countless matters of importance to your care in the past, and I believe he would not hesitate to do so again, were he to offer. I should be most grateful if you could go to him and support him in whatever manner you are able. Okay, so Wolfer says I've completed 2.3 patches. How many patches are there exactly before Heavensward? Yeah, they always gotta be messing something up. I love that she's going like, I have a bad feeling. I was like, no, that video did not just indicate a bad feeling. That video indicated we're fucked. There were some not good things we saw there. Not with both of them now. Like whispering in people's ears. Oh, more people. Hey Tataru. Wah, from invoices to petitions. It's a war, Melicity. The desk is my front line and I fear I've been overrun. Okay, so it's 2.4, 2.5 and 2.5 0.5. I think Alfie is 13 or 14-year-old right now. Yeah, he looks quite young. Like, he's just a kid. He's very eager to prove himself, but he's doing, like, amazingly well. Better than most adults would do. Dispatch the first unit to Ulda, the second and fourth are to stand by further order. Okay. Many of our countrymen are skilled with bow and or blade. I have made it my mission to rally those with such talent to the Braves' cause. I only hope we can be of some small assistance. Good job. Condemn refugees to death. Wait a minute. That's not right. In which event we must guide them to a little Alamico, else we condemn them to certain death. Ida? What did I just tell you? What? I don't know what you two are talking about, but... The patches till something .3 usually wrap up the story from before. The patches after are preparing for the expansion. Oh, that makes sense. So now I'm going more into the preparation for Heaven's Ward kind of thing. In traditional Doman cuisine, we strive for the perfect balance, not only of flavor and texture, but also of nutrition. For a meal to be truly satisfying, it must nourish the body as well as delight the senses. Yes, it would be foolish to sacrifice nutrition for flavor. If Higirian and our more skilled culinarian work closely together, I dare say they could create extraordinary dishes, sure to satisfy Yorstian and Doman alike. Hey, Tancred. A dazzling floral arrangement, each blossom a peerless beauty in her own. Right. The blessing and the burden of an overactive imagination. Yeah, I think she's not very listening. I agree. Ida is not listening very well to Papalima's instructions. Those austere uniforms are really rather striking, but I think I shall remain a sign for the nonce. The walls have become my home and the signs my family. Besides, I'm not sure blue is really my color. The green is my cassocks bring out my eyes, just as hoary breeches bring out the red in his. Look forward, never back. Devote yourself only to the present. This is what I've learned from the Domans. I like Yistola too. She's very lovely. Alphinaud? What is it, Majesty? And do be concise, I'm rather busy. You could lend me a hand, you say? I see. Well, now that you mention it, there is a matter that wants for attention. Given its sensitive nature, I was hesitant to entrust it to my braves, but the demand upon my time are such that I had little choice. Which is not to say that my men want for labour, though we are but newly formed. There is already a great demand for our services, and we are hard-pressed to answer all petitions. But I digress. The fact is, I would sooner attend to this particular matter myself, but my presence is required elsewhere. That being the case, I have entrusted its resolution to my second-in-command, Captain Ilbert. Tell him that I sent you, and he will furnish you with the particulars. My thanks in advance, Malicity. I think the reason Alphinaud is willing to accept help from us is I think he doesn't feel like he has to prove himself as much to us as the others. Yeah, the guy's name is Hooray Boulder. There are some amazing names in this game. In my Ulda lore video, there was one that was like Drunken Stag was the name of a guy. It's horrible. Poor
Hail
guy.
to you, Scion. How might we serve you?
Voice acting.
Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us? These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own. That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence. Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the Grand Companies. Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning. Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ.
Well, shit. That's bad.
We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy.
I knew it. Brother Bear is messing up the story yet again. I'm sure of it. Shame he isn't here.
He was, however, certain that this Ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause.
That's bad.
These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the Ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge, but we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root. Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste. Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The Ivy must be rooted out now. We must begin by apprising General Reborn of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames, and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly. Assuming the Ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway, and if that is the case, he may well move against us. We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purposes by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-woman army like you.
I feel so sad for Nanamo. On all the things he's dealing with now, there's also a traitor within the flames. That's just... It just never stops for her, does it? It's just one complicated and difficult matter after another. Oh, she deserves better. Poor thing. Right, let's go see to her. There's so many new people that everything is low. There is like a queue every time I log on, no matter what time it is. It's a queue. And did you guys hear? Apparently, for a moment, even the digital copies of Final Fantasy sold out. Like it was then quickly sorted, but still, to think it sold out is insane. Bootleg Joe says, man, it's so weird hearing Ilbert's old voice. Yeah, it's gonna be so weird for me when suddenly all the voice actors just change all at once.
Well, well. What brings you here, my friend?
She is here at my behest. Greetings, Reborn. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears. But look at you! The honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye. We've both come far, have we not? Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that time, not a word from the fool.
I feel, though, based on how tall they are and how tiny I am, that Reborn should offer me his elbow to sit on. He's used to it, right? Or maybe, the general, because I'm a Scion, so it would make sense. One of my guys instead.
Ah, well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention. As I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanalan than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it. Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit about this. He has some intense backstory. He's gonna get his own video in the future, by the way, because there's a lot.
Spare me. I am no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to her, I'm little more than a glorified butcher. But you, Hilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, you are an adventurer of some standing.
Are they just gonna stand there and praise one another?
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero, then I'm no adventurer, not in this company. Anyway.
Can we get to the matter at hand?
I have tidings.
So there has been progress. I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. None will give your visit a second thought. To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here, in plain view of all.
They talk, and there's definitely somebody listening.
So it is we who have been compromised. Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken Ul'dah to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil. But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility.
Ooh.
Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime. It does me well to see you again, old friend. When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone days, and drink to the future of our homeland.
And may I volunteer to not be there while they do it? You're right. They are more like
Flame
grey
General.
brown.
You wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up. Well, it would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Reborn's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
Oh, no problem. No biggie. But Wycombe wanted them to do some sort of hand grab. I fear it's a shame they didn't. I'm curious what that hand grab would have looked like. What was I trying to do? Yeah, I'm gonna give her a cookie. Hey, no, eat. Our hunt for the ivy begins in earnest, Scion. Suffice to say, we must tread verily, but one misstep may well cost us our lives. Our business here is concluded for the time being. Let us return to the Rising Stone and report to Commander Levelure. Let's go report to Alfie and tell him that, yeah, things be complicated. So many people here. It's amazing. There's just so much life. And you can see so many players of like all levels, they're running around. It's lovely. But back to Mordona. We'll go talk to Alphinaud and tell him that all things seem to be like working fine. This is going to be investigated. Hopefully we can sort this for Nanamo, so she can have slightly better time. Oh, your AC broke and the guy just got here. No, you didn't miss anything. Roban and his friend, they talked for a bit. And now I'm supposed to go back and report back to Alphinaud. Tell him that this is being investigated by the Flame General, so all should be good. So it's like back there. We are returned from Ulda, Commander. And not a moment soon, something happened. Trouble? You will recall... Okay, the music just got creepy. You will recall that the Fourth was tasked with reconnaissance, the rendezvous site used by the Ivy minions and his Imperial contact. Soon after you left, we received the word that the unit was ambushed en route to its destination. Gosh damn it. According to the report, one of ours has been taken captive. The Garlean are not wont to treat their foemen with dignity, and I have grave fears for her safety. We must dispatch the rescue party at once. Recall those braves who are afield. Begging your pardon, Commander, but we have not the time. I'm afraid I must ask for your aid once more, Scion. An ill-prepared rescue party will only serve to provide the Garlean with more captives. Yet time is of the essence. Simply put, you're the best chance we have. Captain Ilbert has the right of it. I trust you're willing, but of course you are. Now, Alien of the Fourth lies in wait in the tangle near the entrance to Custom Sentry. Seek her out, and she will appraise you of the situation. You just shoved the AC guy down in the basement? Will he be allowed to go out of the basement at any point, or do you just now own an AC guy? Okay, this is the same dialogue. Let's go try to save this woman. This is bad. Oh, it's... Oh yeah, Custom Sentry is just outside. Let's go out. Fly over there and see if we can help them. But yeah, the music just went like full on, like bad things are happening right now. Therefore, we shall now switch to horror. We don't want you to like misunderstand and think this is not horrible things happening. No, no, no. We shall inform you before you even start reading. By tactical music change. Alright. I have vanished. Oh, there I am. After the repairs are done, you're gonna let him leave so you don't have to feed him. That is good. I've heard like AC repair guys are actually quite expensive to feed consistently. So it's best just to let them go. You would aid us in the rescue mission. We are in your debt, warrior of light. Now time is against us. So allow me to be brief on the situation. The Garlean fell upon us without warning, wounding poor Resh and hauling her away to the castrum yonder. Outnumbered as we are, it was all we could do to flee and regroup. Even as we speak, the Garlia may be interrogating Resh, or worse. With her hurt, I fear that she will not long survive their attention. We must rescue her without delay. Our order may yet be in its infancy, but the bond that binds us is strong as mithril. None of us will stand by while a comrade suffers. We, the remnant of the Fourth, will infiltrate Castrum Sentry. Please help us find Resh before it's too late. Yeah. I don't think I have that particular mode. Do I? I want that mode. Like, I have the serpent salute, but I don't have the their salute. Alright, let's go save this woman. Otherwise, he's probably gonna have not very fun times over there. Good news is, I'll just fly in. as I tend to do. There we go. Hey, Resh. I love it that I can just fly. I'm pretty sure you could not fly when this originally came out. Alright. Just heads up, the AoE for the bad breath attack can be hard to see in the water. I wonder if you can just fly past them all. Maybe. Hello. It's lovely, the shortcuts I can take. Where am I? See, they made it in. Resh, thank the gods we found you. And thank you, Warrior of Light. I honestly didn't do much. Now to quit this accursed place. Resh cannot move with these wounds. He will need to be carried out. I believe a diversion is in order. Might we trouble you to provide one? Given your reputation, I suspect the Garleans will be only too happy to grant you their undivided attention. If you were to create a commotion within the castrum, we would be able to steal away unnoticed. Let us speak again once we are safely outside these walls. Yeah, the ability to just fly really makes this in-between time so much better. Like, I don't mind missing out on some fighting as long as I get all the lore and dialogue. So I would very much like to get up to level 60 so I can be a dancer. But technically, like, level 60 is supposed to be like isn't that supposed to be the top level for Heaven's Ward or something? So I'm gonna be so over-leveled going through it. Let's just take you down. Oh, there's a Dragoon, right? Yeah, Dragoon. Oh, look at this armor. And the blade. I don't know who you are, but good job. Name's terrible though. Big breakfast. You should have played a Lalafell. Like a hobbit. Yeah, 60 is the end level of Heavensward. Yeah, I'm 4 levels away from 60 right now. And I am yet to start Heavensward. It doesn't really bother me, I just think it's kind of funny. Oh, I forgot Katla. Katla, my friend. Come to my aid. Never leave me again. I'll give you another green so you don't leave me as soon. I think, like I say, I don't mind that I'm gonna be a little bit over-leveled as I go through Heaven's Ward. I'm not overly stressed about it. Because I'm not trying to min-max anything or my leveling experience. As long as I can just go through the story at my own pace is fine. I'm mostly excited for 60 just because I'm excited to try out the dancer. Because it looks kind of fun. I've read up on it a little bit. The dance partner mechanic. From my understanding, if I'm in a regular dungeon, I'm gonna want to put it on the other DPS, and if I'm in a bigger group, I'm probably gonna want to find either a black mage or a gunner, because those tend to both do relatively high DPS. So adding extra onto that is good. You're not sure about the spear? I mean, it's a dragon spear though. I think. So it kind of matches. Anyway, I should probably pay attention to what I'm doing and try to do some damage. Wickham really likes the dancer. Yeah, the dancer seems to be really fun. I've seen people describe it as like, it's Simon Says. But I think that's gonna be fine. I don't mind having a simple rotation because then I can focus more on the story and such. So that's nice. It's something that fits my fits my playstyle. Bard is okay, but I get really tired of trying to remember to keep up. Like, I need to keep up the dots and I need to remember the songs, and it feels like a lot, even though it's like not terribly hard. But I tend to forget. I have awaited your return most anxiously, my friend. You've done us a great service indeed. Thanks to your aid, our comrade Resh is safe, and we suffered no further casualties. Words cannot well express my gratitude. All that is left to report the mission success to Commander to Alphinaud. I shall go ahead to the Rising Stone. It's proc based, like Archer. So less retrain, and the AOE are glorious. Yeah, I like proc based stuff. I played a Frost Mage in WoW, and basically that whole thing is just you're casting a spell until certain things light up, and then you can cast more spells. You're old, so the bard is too much for you to keep up with, Wickham. Yeah, I'm not even that old. I'm just bad when it's too much. Dancer is also really overtuned for sync content. Perfect. It means I'm gonna be popular. And I mean, it's always nice to be the one who brings extra DPS to other people. I don't mind if my DPS isn't the highest. Like, if that's how the class is made. Alright. Ah, it does me well to see you thus returned, though I doubt not your prowess. Entering an enemy stronghold is generally considered to be a risky venture, and I must confess to having been a trifle anxious. But here you are, hale and whole, having succeeded in your mission as is your wont. Lest you wonder, the woman you rescued is being cared for by the Domans. Thanks to their expert ministration, the danger is past. You have my gratitude, Melicity. Oh, there he is. Allow me to thank you also, Cyan. Res owes you her life. We escaped with minimal casualties this time, but we can ill afford to be caught off guard again. The Empire is not an opponent to be trifled with. As you say, Commander, I will see to it that the men keep their wits about them. And it may yet take time, but I will not rest until we have identified and apprehended the Ivy. I have every confidence that you will succeed, Captain. As for you, Melicity, I realize that you have scarce caught a breath, but I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary. I require that you accompany me to Coertha. I've been granted an audience with an Isgardian dignitary, you see, and the man expressed request your presence. Oh, do not look so surprised. You should be familiar with their trapping of fame by now. We shall depart as soon as you're ready. So we're going to Isgard for... Okay. I guess... Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna have to, like, fix my glamour plates because those gloves are not gonna be happening. We have been blessed with a rare opportunity, Melicity, an audience with an ambassador of the Holy See of Isgard. We are to treat with Sir Amelik, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, in Camp Dragonhead. It is considered a great honor to serve the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, the leader wields tremendous political influence. We would be wise to court his favor. For the reason I consider your attendance essential. If Sir Aymeric wishes to meet the woman behind the legend, I would not deny him the pleasure of your company. The Antecedent should see the wisdom of this plan when you request her permission to accompany me to Coerthas. May I feel this is to be a waste of your talent, which could doubtless be, but to a noble use. If so, I should remind you that more good can be accomplished with the stroke of a pen than the thrust of swords. Do I need to ask Minfilia for permission? Can't I just go? I generally just go wherever the fuck I want. It feels like it feels kind of weird to go to her and say like, hey, can I go? I want to go to snowy place. A meeting with an Isgardian ambassador, by all means, I think is a wonderful idea. We have received no report of etheric disturbance or unusual beast tribe activity of late. If Alphinaud believes your presence may help him to secure more favorable terms, I see no reason to deny him. Good. These gloves are hideous. Antecedent, I take it Melicity has explained the situation. She has, yet welcome though these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. These guardians have spurned all contact with other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? Would that I knew. The question of their motives is one to which I have given no small amount of thought. Alas, I know no more than is generally known. The notorious reclusive nature of Isgard, situated at the center of Abalathia's spine, ruled by the Isgardian Orthodox Church, at the head of which presides the Archbishop. Oh, so that was the Archbishop I guess we saw. Yeah, he looks like he's really corrupt by now. Member of the original Eorzean alliance, formed in the wake of Alamico's fall some 2 decades ago. Friend of convenience, who withdrew from the alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed at the Battle of Silver Skies. Since which time their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. They have rejected every one of their former allies' call to reopen dialogue, turning a deaf ear to their neighbors' pleas even when the calamity loomed large. And on the field of Cardenau, where the brave men and women laid down their lives in defense of the realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. I have tried to convince Isgard to rejoin the alliance at every opportunity. I have explained over and over again that unless Eorzea stands united, we cannot hope to preserve our freedom. One by one our nations will fall as once fell Alamico. And what have mine effort yielded? Why not? Surely this can't be considered a step in the right direction. I should hope so, rather than the lowly messages we have been fobbed off with in the past. This time we shall meet with a man of genuine influence. Of course, I'm not so naive as to think they'll come to us out of the goodness of their heart. We have something they desire, though I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy. They will bring their agendas to the negotiation table, and so will I, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths. The Empire will soon be at our doorsteps once again. Indeed, you may be assured that this will expound upon this point another. Let us depart for Camp Dragonhead, Melicity. Our old friend Lord I hate that man. I'm gonna call him like horsey boy. Is expecting us. Since our guest recovered the Enterprise, I understand you have further integrated yourself with the man. Excellent work. His fondness may prove useful to our cause. Okay, that's good. But these are like still the ugliest gloves I have seen for a while, so we're gonna take a detour to Gridania. Wait, I can't use these here, right? Nope. We're taking a detour to Gridania to fix the glove situation before we go to any diplomatic meeting. I am not showing up with those gloves on. Not happening. Orsifan. Poor Orsifan. I will forever humiliate him by giving him horrible names. Orsifan. I will try to learn this. I will have to learn it because eventually I am gonna be doing a lot of video about the storyline that we go through Coerthia. And considering that Coerthia also seems to be like big part of Heaven's Ward, I better get that stuff under control. No. Yes. Thank you. That should be sorted. And now we can go to Dragonhead. Her gloves will change eventually. Yeah, see? All good. We look great. So we can go do great things. Yeah, I'm gonna put us on events instead of on battle. I don't need to see every battle text anyone is making. Oh, I like the music. It's good. The Gritania music, is really nice. One of the songs always kind of reminds me of the Shire from Lord of the Rings. Alright. Orsifan, hello. Melicity, ever a welcome sight. Our hearts have been stoked to blazing in preparation for your arrival. It will not do for such a distinguished person to catch a cold while enjoying our hospitality. The gesture is much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold climates. Good Master Alphinaud, an honor as always. Likewise, Lord Orsifan, forgive us yet another imposition. I fear we have relied overmuch on your aid, since you so generously assisted us in locating the Enterprise. Nonsense. Any debt incurred have long since been repaid. Besides, who can say what the future may bring? My command, have you encountered a lady with a cold personality yet? You're talking about the Ice Queen lady. I've only seen a glimpse of her. I know she's leading some sort of a rebellious group or something. I saw her standing up on an ice wall, but nothing more. House Fortem may even seek the aid of your newly formed Crystal Braves. In any case, I am simply delighted that the Holy See is at least willing to grant you an audience. No doubt your discoveries at Snowcloak helped to justify the decision. This recent resurgence in heresy activity is grave concern to us all. But to the matter at hand, Sir Aymeric arrived in Camp Dragonhead earlier, and I'm told that he is eager to meet with you at your first convenience. You are doubtless weary from your journey and desire to rest a while, but by the warmth of our hearth. But if you're willing to forego such comfort, pray inform the knight station outside the intercessory. He will grant you entrance and send word to the other attendees. As inviting as your hearts sound, I think it's best we proceed to the intercessory forthwith. Alright. So I'm guessing we're going off to some instanced area? Yes. Hello, Mr. Gatekeeper. We have been expecting you, madam. Pray take you ease inside, then I shall summon the other. Thank you. I am curious. That looks kinda nice. I love her walking style. She's so tiny. She always walks like she's
Have
like
faith,
half angry.
my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
I'll let Alphinaud handle that. Ooh, they look cool.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Aymeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphinaud Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Aymeric. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Hello.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
If I give him an autograph, do you think we will get a better deal? Like, I'll go out to dinner with him if I have to.
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean Alliance.
Vikam asked, who do you trust, Mal? I trust Alphinaud. That's the only person that I trust. Everyone else might be shady.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Fortin has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
He's blackmailing us. That's
Sir
what's
Emmerich,
happening.
We would be in your debt.
No, you would not. For I require something in exchange.
Yeah.
Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard-Sorma.
I hate that they use that name so much.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
So we have to watch the corpse?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments.
That was way less than I thought.
I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions.
Oh, I don't hate Midgardsormr. I hate how it's used in video games and a lot of media, because I know the original story, so it just bothers me that they keep on taking the name and applying it to characters that don't fit the origin, because the origin is interesting. The Nordic story is cool. Like in this one, they stuck wings on him. It just feels wrong, man. I don't like it.
Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Maybe.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
What is the meaning of this?
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iceheart, my lord.
Well, of course it's Iceheart.
What? By the Fury! All our precautions were for naught?
So it's not a regional thing, it's from the Nordic faith. So if you know about the Nordic faith, where we have like Thor and Odin and Loki and all that. So Midgardsormr is Loki's child, one of his children. And the story goes that Midgardsormr, he wraps around Midgard. Midgard is basically our realm where we live. So in the original story, around our realm is Midgardsormr, where he's like wrapped around it. And it's just a little bit of a pet peeve of mine how often Norse mythology is taken and just shoved into video games, like with barely any change or very limited change. and often with like bad understanding of the origin. And even we also see this in a lot of modern media. I mean, Thor in Marvel is not the Thor from Norse mythology. Like, they take a lot of things from Norse mythology, but for example, massive pet peeve here. So Loki is Laufeyjason. So he's the son of Laufey. In the Marvel, Midgard is Earth. So in the Marvel movies, they say Loki is like the son of an ice giant, and Laufey is the king of the ice giants. This is like really bothersome because Laufey was a Vanir. She was not an ice giant, and Laufey is a female name. So that's just confusing. No, Midgardsormur does not have wing. In fact, he has he's a gigantic snake, a worm. Ormur just means worm. Yeah, it's just a lot of media does this with a lot of old faiths. Is they just take whatever and twist it up in any way they want. You can see this with like bad Nordic names and stuff showing up in all sorts of video games. Skyrim is exceptionally bad. Though they do have like one great thing is if you go to Whiterun, is the first city you go to in Skyrim. There is this guy who's just screaming out to Talos even though it's illegal. Like, he's an absolute idiot, and his name is Heimskur, which in Icelandic means stupid. Yeah, Midgardsormur is Jormungandr. So in Icelandic, he's just called Midgardsormur. It's a giant snake dragon thing that protects the world. Sort of, yeah. There is like a whole story behind it, and then it's like he takes part in the end of the world and all that. You should definitely like Google it. It is fascinating. Just Google Loki's children and you're in for so many funny stories. I mean, Loki has an interesting set of children, and he's not always the father. There is one instance where he is indeed the mom, because he can change a lot. Just when we were starting to make progress. And to make matters worse, the caravan they spoke of was bound for heaven and Toll, of all places. Honestly, were I so inclined as to think the gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I am not. I would know more of this attack. Let us speak with Lord Orkinfant and find out what he has learned. I mean, Garuda is Vishnu's mount in Hindu religion. Yeah, I didn't know that. I think that's the thing, like, if you don't know it, it doesn't really bother you. But because this is like stories and stuff I grew up with, like we have temples in, like, the Nordic religion is still worshipped by some people in Iceland. So we grow up with it, so it's really odd to hear it. But I think it's probably the same for like people who know about Hinduism, that Garuda is Vishnu's mount. My sincerest apology for interrupting, my friend, but the situation is such that we must act swiftly. If you would be so kind as to elaborate. Isart heretic fell upon the caravan bound to Revenant Toll as it was passing through the boulders down. It was an ambush, swift and ruthless. In an instant every knight was slain, every crate seized. Then, as quickly as they had appeared, they were gone. It would be impossible to defeat without knowledge of the route, knowledge to which only a selected few are privy, I presume. Quite. We can pursue the avenue of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene of the ambush should be our first concern. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly. As Lord Orkinfand said, least crucial evidence be lost. You have known of discerning hidden truth, Melicity. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site in person? An excellent idea. Inform my men of your intent upon arrival, and they will gladly share their findings. See, in terms of realities, I can get how it can be annoying. Personally, though, I do enjoy seeing how the games take established myths and put their own spin on them, and rather than just rehashing the same myth over and over again. Yeah, I think sometimes it can be really, like, it can be okay. I think because we maybe have to be a little bit more sensitive when we're using things from other people's religion. But at the same time, like, the character in the game, Midgardsormr in the game, looks amazing. And the corpse looks amazing. I have spent a surprising amount of time just staring at it. Because it looks so cool. I tried to fly to it, but I couldn't. It was invisible walls. Well, not so invisible, but I couldn't get all the way to it. And sometimes I really like it when, like, how... Okay, so... I do like how sometimes, like, religions like this are taken, like, parts of it, and something new is made. I just think sometimes we need to be a little bit more sensitive. But I think it's also, I'm a little bit more easily annoyed by this because I've been playing WoW for so long, and they have this thing of taking Nordic names of gods and changing one letter. So instead of Hel, it's Helja, and instead of Odin with an I, it's Odin with a Y. And then changing the characters, but they're kind of using these names and, like, little parts of them, but not... It just never felt really respectful, to be honest. See, Loki has Hela, Jormungandr, and Fenrir with I don't remember how to pronounce her name. He has Sleipnir, well changed with a Jötun's horse. Yeah, he also has 2 other sons with his wife. I forget what her name is. They can shapeshift into wolves. In the story where Loki is taken and bound up for where he's supposed to be now, like, it was supposed to be, like, bound up and poison is, like, dripping continuously onto his forehead. He is bound up by the innards of those 2 children because Norse mythology is, like, twisted. Yeah, Norse names are definitely cool. They can be really pretty. Move along, adventurer. There's nothing for... Lord Orkenfant bid you speak with us? Then you must be, beg your pardon, Scion. As you can see, they left nary a crate behind. Tipped the wagon for good measure, even. Whole thing's a bit odd, if you ask me. Would have been easy to just steal it. They were damn sight-hearted to conceal it. LLO? Reckon they came prepared, probably with a wagon of their own hidden a way off? Ah, but pay no heed to my rambling. Absent of proof, 'tis naught but a speculation. Might be as the squire received care of the observatory, could tell you something more factual. That is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much. Aw. But yeah, Norse names can be really pretty. And, like, a lot of the Norse mythology stories are really fun. And can definitely be used for inspiration. It sometimes just feel kind of iffy when they take, like, they full on take the name of something and then change it. And you just know what it's supposed to be. So I wish the name, I just wish they had named it something different. Because it is such a cool looking dragon. It's so intense and awesome. But like I say, it's a pet peeve. Like, it's not something that ruins games for me. It just annoys me a little bit sometimes. You get the idea that Malicity will have fun in Heavensward. Oh god. So, like I say, it doesn't ruin games for me, but sometimes it miffs me a little bit. But It usually also depends on like how it's done. Like I like the lore around Odin and Helya and the Titans and everything, and WoW was borrowed a lot from Norse mythology, but and Greek mythology, so it can be fun. Because Odin is like Zeus, egomaniac and ruthless. Kinda, but not quite the same, but yes and no. There is, I mean, the gods are definitely flawed. That's definitely something that's always been part of, I think, both Norse and Greek mythology, is the gods are very human in their emotions and behavior. You come to ask about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance to the Hall of the Seven Echoes. Pilgrims, we marked them as, lost and ill-equipped for journey further north. Our leader called out to them, and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought, some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Our leader must have thought the same, else why would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek. And then he sighed and crumbled to the ground. I didn't know what had happened till I saw the snow turn red. And then there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but took a blow to the head, and by the time I came to, the others were dead, and the heretics were unloading the wagon. I couldn't, I mean, they would have killed me, so I just laid still and listened. I saw people spoke of deliverance and resurrection, and they spoke of Shiva. That's Shiva. I know that. That's from Hinduism. Yeah, Greek gods are hella flawed. So the Nordic ones. Like I said, one of my favorite part of a story is that I think it was when Baldur's died, during his funeral, which is like a pyre. Thor is so angry that he comes upon, there's a dwarf there, and he is so angry that he just kicks this poor dwarf right onto the fire, because Thor is a bit of a dick. Yeah, I hate the Helya version from WoW. I also hate the Marvel Helya version. Oh gosh, I was so pissed. Because Helya is such a cool character. They could do so many awesome things with her. Especially in the visual department, because he's like half and half in her appearance. They could do some great things. Ah, you returned. What news have you for us? It seems the Lady Aesir does not scruple to sully her hands to blood. Who is Shiva the heretic spoke of? Have you not read a single line of Enchiriad, Master Alphinaud? Shiva was a traitor to kith and kin, an apostate who laid down with dragons. Now we cannot expect all foreigners to know Isgardian scripture so well, particularly when it concerns the patron saint of heretics. Wait, you say she is their patron saint? Oh no, it all makes sense now. Lord Orkinfant? What was the caravan's cargo? If I recall correctly, the Diamond Force had requested a rather large quantity of crystals. Do you see? Iceheart and her follower intend to summon Shiva as a beast tribe with the primal. Why else would they go to such a length to secure crystals? I shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Orkinfant, you would agree that discretion is of paramount concern. This is bad, of course. I trust we can count on your continued support, Master Alphinaud. The Scions of the Seven Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat. Our support is to be given. I will need to send word to my brethren in Reverend Toll. Our entire order must turn its effort to the prevention of the summoning. Naturally, that includes you, though I am sure you would not miss this for the world. Yeah, most of the Nordic myths are from the Eddas, who are written by an Icelandic man, like some years ago. Like, the Nordic myths are basically a collection, always sound like a collection of stories told by like really, really drunk people. And I think that's kind of fun. On the matter of Odin and Zeus, I think Odin wants knowledge and he wants to prevent the end of the world. I think Zeus just mostly wants to sleep with everything. This kind of seems to be his game. But, like I say, I think a lot of the old mythology, pretty much no matter which one it is, always kind of sounds like if the story is made up by really drunk people. It's what makes it fun. The persistent attack on our caravan seemed little more than a nuisance at first. The heretic were problem, to be sure, but a relative minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attack, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After appraising Minfili of the situation, I shall summon a unit of crystal braves to assist us. As for you, Melicity, pray join me in Whitebrim Front. Since the incident at Snowcloak, the Knight of House Durender have redoubled their reconnaissance effort in the region. It is my hope that they have information which may help us determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Drillamon should be eager to oblige us. I shall see you there, then good? Yeah, this is really bad. Like, this is the worst possible thing that could be happening. Now we have the heretics trying to summon shit? I'm glad you like it, Vikam. It's... I'm not really of any faith. I live in a Christian society, but I don't follow any creed. I just think everyone should be allowed to, like, be happy with their own thing. As long as if they're not hurting other or restricting the rights, then I'm good. And in my experience, most people with, like, faith, of any faith, are really nice. Anyway. Let's see what they're doing. So we have the issue of them planning to summon Shiva. Now, I don't remember what Shiva looked like in Hinduism. Was he the one who had extra arms? The Science of the Seven Dawn was to join in the hunt for Iceheart? Your assistance is more than welcome, my friend. Considering the report that you just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. We are all ears, Lord Drillamont. A band of pilgrims was seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. Their garb appeared to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. Alas, our scout lost track of them at Snowcloak, the self-same frozen wall which we speculate might conceal the heretics' hideaway. Suffice it to say, the disappearance of the pilgrims and their provision all but confirm our suspicion. I have heard enough. My knight will join the hunt. I took the liberty of summoning a unit of crystal braves to Whitebrim Front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us. There are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. It would be in our best interest to coordinate our efforts. Such was my intent from the start, Sir Aymeric. And so it begins, my friend, though I dare say it will prove an all too brief collaboration. Iceheart will not elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager all upon the success of single solution. There may yet be subtle means by which we can locate the heretic lair. Maybe Lord Drillamon has one in mind. Maybe. Hold on. I don't know who Vishnu... I think Vishnu was the one. Hold on. I'm googling this. I see there's a cinematic. No, Vishnu does not have an elephant head. and neither does Shiva. Yes, yes, excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there is aught else you would have us do, pray speak, and it shall be done. Ganesh is the elephant. Yeah, just the ape says it. That is like one... They have a lot of gods. And I'm not... I haven't learned that much about it. Alright. Let me see. What is next in this thing? It seems as though we're always one step behind our quarry, ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, I must confess to having a certain doubt. A joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but it could yet yield the self-same result. Fortunately, we are not without other options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Gillimy? We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as the question of what step might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in the future. Accordingly, we conduct an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in Whitebrim Front. Though some were found to have committed certain minor transgression, we identified only one possible heretic. If this man has pledged himself to Isard's cause, he will have taken notice of the movement of the Temple Knights and Crystal Braves, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report to Sir Yendermont in the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the wall, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere. Simply watch and listen, as you'd have seen to it that the subject knows nothing which could endanger our plans. Okay, so we have to follow a guy. Makes sense. Though my streaming time is about to end, so I think this is actually a really good time to end it before I go chasing this guy all over the place. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a good thing. Well, I do have to observe him. If I go outside, I'm a little bit worried about... That's not what I want to do. If I go outside and observe him... Like, I have to click something to observe him, right? I'm just gonna make sure... Yeah, okay, I have to click something to observe him. Good. So, I think that's gonna be the end of the stream today. Oh, Abe says he did a comparative of religion and myths for your essay at uni. Oh, that sounds really cool. Yeah, that sounds like really, really cool. Anyway, we made some progress and this has been really lovely. So thank you guys